All right, we're live for Fireside Chat number 190. Not a lot to go over this week. Let's see. A couple of new roles and channels. So we have Elden Ring and Lost Ark players roles. You can get those in the Get Roles channel with the reaction emoji. And there is, of course, also the Elden Ring and Lost Ark channels as well. Beyond that, I think our focus right now is basically on the upcoming platoon implementations. So um, I think we'll be going ahead with that. I don't want to give a set date on it, but I'd say we're definitely in the final stages of implementing that. So I think based on, let me find my preliminary post here. We're probably going to be looking at something like 7 or 8 platoons to start with. And I mean, for those of you thinking of previous platoons, roster is not necessarily going to be an issue. So it isn't necessarily the worry that we don't have, there won't be enough members for X platoon. As what these platoons basically are is just a command structure that will sort of run things for WA on that particular game. So we could have people playing multiple games and that's totally fine. There isn't a set roster for any of these. It's just a set duty that certain people will be in charge of them and running them. So that's the plan to implement some of that. And yeah, I mean, with that rollout, there'll be sit reps. So one of the things I want to finalize is a set format for the sit reps, and I'm willing to allow people to mess with it as long as it just has the information that is in the template report. So I'll put that together. It'll be pretty familiar to anybody who's seen or done sit reps in the past. I think for roll call, we'll just stick with what we've been doing with the clan-wide roll call. I think it still makes sense. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to split it up into platoon-specific roll calls. It's going to be creating a ton of channels for not a whole lot of reason. When all you have to do, if you're checking who is posted in roll call, is check the channel and see who is posted in it. So it really would not save that much time or effort on the organizational leadership aspect, paperwork side, if you will, either. Other than that, I think that is about it. I'll give a sneak peek. So the preliminary plan right now is probably to have platoons for wargaming, StarCraft, League of Legends, Destiny 2, Roblox, Warframe, and Genshin Impact. That would be 7. So that's kind of the rough plan right now. And Lost Ark as well. So that would put us at 8. So probably what we'll do is have 3 divisions, 2 of them with 3 platoons, 1 with 2. We'll be finalizing that and figuring that out. But based on our current staffing, we have a commander and 2 captains who can then lead those 3 divisions, 1 each. And then we'll be figuring out who goes where in terms of running the platoons. Some of these will be rough platoons. I think the plan is for there to be 3 full platoons to start with, which is going to be Wargaming, StarCraft, and League of Legends. And then for there to be a number of rough platoons, Destiny 2, Roblox, Warframe, and Genshin Impact, and Lost Ark. So 5 rough platoons. Now in the past, rough platoons would not necessarily be under a division. They would be, outside that chain of command. I don't think that it's necessary to put them outside the division structure. I think we might as well keep them in it. And the difference between a rough platoon and a platoon is basically both the level of activity and success of the platoon, but also the ranks of its leadership. So, expanding to a platoon will allow the platoon leader and the rest of the people running it to move up in the ranks, basically. So, Master Chief Petty Officer being the rank for a rough platoon leader. So, essentially, if you want to make officer, you have to reach that point, and you could transfer to another platoon to kind of work as an officer, or you could basically push your rough platoon up over the top to become a platoon, and at that point you can reach as high as lieutenant, which is the default rank for the leader of a platoon. Now, probably what we'll have is some people in acting ranks. So, for example, people below Master Chief Petty Officer still running rough platoons. That's allowed. They basically have the responsibilities of Master Chief Petty Officer without having the actual rank. So that will probably be the case for some platoons. We also will probably have some that are run by people of the rank lieutenant or higher who are just acting as platoon leaders because it is necessary. So hopefully that gives some insight into how things are going to run. I think with that, I'll move on to office hours. So see everybody then, or see you next week.